Well, good morning viewers and welcome back to my channel, Mixed Masdevallias and Carnivorous Plants. Today I brought you in the cold greenhouse where I keep all my Diona muscipula, Venus fire traps and all my young seedlings. I just want to show you today that I went to a local DIY store in the UK on Sunday morning. It's called Homebase. And I picked up these two, Sarracenia Purpurea supposedly Burkii. Nice looking plants, soaking wet through. You can see where that's been stood on this tray. So I'm going to get them out of this media and get them potted up. But they cost £2 each, which isn't bad. You know, not very often you go in somewhere like that and you get something that's fairly cheap. Now I'm not going to take all these dead, that one I'll pull off, these pitchers off, but what I want to do is get it potted up for the winter. So let me go and get a mix, put it together, and we'll unpot these together and have a look at them. Right, so firstly what I want to do is get them out of this media. I don't know how long they've been in it, but I know, guarantee that if it's in the UK, whether it's a garden centre or not, they'll use tap water. But I want to get these out of this. Let's have a look at the roots. Take that one out. I'll do them on this tray because there we are. They're still in the sphagnum plug, if you can see that this was planted in, and it's just been put in a pot full of peat moss all the way around it. So I'm going to get all this off. It's absolutely soaking wet through, but yeah, if I get all this off we can have a good look at the roots then. It's got some decent roots. I might just rinse this in a bucket of water to get a bit more of this off. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, as you can see, a nice set of roots on that. So let's just have a look at the other one, see if we can get some off the other one and clean that up as well. Let's put that down there a minute. Right, let's get this one. Again, absolutely soaking, and don't forget we're in December now. I believe in keeping these wet, but there's wet and there's absolutely soaking, and these are saturated. So again, you can see the moss plug that it's in from when it was originally grown. Just grown on, just for mass production, aren't they, for sale in large stores. So let me just get all this off. Again, I might take this inside and get some water on it, just to clear these roots off a bit better, because it does look a bit of a mess. But yeah, you get the general idea. See the roots coming down. Nice root. This one's actually got, if we look in it, two, even a third plant there. If you look in there, there's a small plant just developing. It's got a crown here. There's one plant. That's a new one, the second one. And if we look in here, there's a third. So it's got 3 crowns on one plant, which for £2, for £2 isn't bad. Now I'm going to get these dead off. Let's get it repotted. I'll leave as many of the good pitchers on as I can. So let me go and wash it up. So here we have them. I've washed them up. Sure you can see that. Got a lovely roots on it. And for £2, they're a bargain really. A lot of dead. And what I'm going to do now is take off some of these dead pitchers and dying pitchers and leave the fairly decent ones on. Usually the best time to do this is spring. Take off all the dead ones in spring, because in spring they just pull off. They're easy to do. Let me just get some scissors and we'll have a go at these now. Now let's look at this one first. What is dying back? So yeah, that one is dying back. Be careful with your scissors that you don't touch or cut the crown of the purpurea. So you can clearly see I'm getting in there, just taking off anything that's dead. This is dead, that's died back. This one's died back. That one's dying back, but it's not yet gone. But these are, they're no good to it at the moment. Just going to create me problems. I'm still going to have to take them off. Take off the... It's already been trimmed, look. Somewhere here and here. So it's already been trimmed, probably at its nursery, prior to going into the superstore. A bit more moss in there. You can see all these dead that's been trimmed off. I just want them off. I don't want anything that can get mould on it. And if I'm looking closely, this one now, this one's actually got new growth appearing. If you look in there, and in there, and there. So the crowns are doing okay. I'm just going to finish trimming this off. I'm leaving that for now. Leaving that for now, that for now. But I'm taking this one off. It's dead at the bottom. Let's have a look. So there's just a bit of moss left in here. Look, I don't want that in. I don't want anything that's going to cause damp around the crown. So that's that out. Yeah, you can see that new growth in there. Look, I'm sure you can. And there. So that's one done. That's ready for me to pot on. The second one. Let's have a look at this. We've got a few on here. This has been trimmed again. Look, somebody's already trimmed this in the. Let's get these off. You're only going to have to do this in the spring because all these pitchers, the pitchers I've found on the Sarracenia Purpurea last for about 2 years before they start dying back. So how long we're going to say this plant's, it's getting on a bit now, so it's got to be about time to trim them off. But you really have to be careful that you don't cut in to the that one can come out as well. That's dead. If you cut into the crown on any of these, you're seriously asking for a problem, because you'll probably kill the plant. And believe me, I know, because I've done it myself before. That looks dead. Now that, and I've got some dying back, and I've got some in there to come out. Look, let's get into there. If I can hold the camera in the right way, that can come out. No, it's in the way. Look, these are dead, and all they're doing is stopping light getting to the new growth. So I'll just trim that one. I've got to get in there somehow. I've got some in here, look. But there, just here, is a crown. Can you see that? That's one crown. That's the second crown. And that's about that on that one. So I'll just finish taking some of this last bits of moss off from around the top. I don't particularly grow these in sphagnum. I tend to use a mix of sphagnum peat moss and perlite. I'll get the mix in a minute and we'll put these on together. But yeah, that's the second one. So hopefully they'll look alright when they're potted off. Well, let's get some potting media and let's get them done. Well, here you have it, viewers. This is the mix I use for my purpurea, for a lot of my carnivorous plants really. It's sphagnum peat moss and perlite, and I use it 60-40 mix. So how I measure that out is I use 6 jugs of peat moss, then 4 jugs of perlite, and that gives me 60-40 mix for my Sarracenias and purpurea. Right, the pots I particularly like to use, I like to use square pots because they're a lot easier to get in the trays, especially when I'm putting them for watering. The pots I like to use have the stepped down bottom, so you see that'll stand in the water and there's gaps to allow the water to run in to get through, so it's not trapped like stuck on the bottom. Water can still get up into the mix and to keep the plant moist. So let's get them potted and we'll have a look at them when we've done. Right, I don't put anything in the bottom, straight in. We've got a bit in there. Let's get the first plant. Right, don't forget, like I said, decent amount of compost in the bottom, mix, put it in, fill up the sides, pack it down, but what I'm trying to ensure I don't do is pot the crown. I certainly don't want the crown getting covered in soil or being buried. So let's put a bit more in. And there we have the first one. You can clearly see the crown's above the media, and that's ready to grow on for next season. Let's get the other one done. Same again, bit in the bottom, probably a little bit too much on that one. Get the plant, nice looking plant this one, plenty of new growth. Put the plant in, start backfilling. I do one side at a time if I can, then get some around that side, because what I'm trying to achieve is keep the plant in the centre of the pot all the time. Tap it down, firm it in. And all I'm going to do then is just top up around the top and around the edges to make sure it's in. There we have it, the second one. You can clearly see again the crown is out of the ground, it's not buried, and that's ready for come on. All they need now, and I've got them here, all I need is a couple of labels for each one, and the other one, and we'll see next year if that is Sarracenia Purpurea Burkii. I'm unsure myself, but anything you buy that's labelled, you know yourself it's possibly wrong. Well, I hope you found that useful, viewers. If you did, give us a thumbs up. It all helps the channel. You know, a like is better than a dislike, really. But yeah, I'd appreciate that. And if you want to see more of mixed Masdevallias and more of my carnivorous plants in this greenhouse and how I pot them, how I grow them from a seed, please subscribe to the channel. So I'll leave you with that now, viewers. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, here we have them, viewers. I'll just stand them in this tray for now so that they draw up some water into the mix, and just show you my this is my Sarracenia Purpurea Venosa. That's a nice looking plant. That's doing well in this greenhouse. Okay,